Hi, I'm Karen Sleigh, and I have the pleasure in introducing some of our approaches to how we've been working in the improvement space, particularly as we've been facing the new challenges of moving away from face-to-face. So I can just share some of our experiences. We've been on quite a journey over the last couple of years within the improvement area of business, and I'm just going to give you a very short overview of our journey, what the opportunities we've had and what we've taken forward, and actually a little bit of the unknown, what's next going forward. So in pre-COVID, we set up an in-house programme, our improvement quality programme. And also we set up, and we were fortunate to set up our CUSA faculty last year, which is Quality Service Improvement and Redesign faculty, and that was only of June last year. So we also integrated our quality improvement with a shared decision making, and also we integrated the CUSA methodology into our change and project management approaches. We've been having sharing events where we've celebrated people that come through all of our programmes and their pieces of work. So just a little bit of a snapshot, and I'll let you read some of those things, but this is just an example of some of the people that have come through our improvement programmes, and this was in a world that obviously was before social distancing, because you can see them all smushed up. We have had over 400 people go through our quality improvement programme, and we have a fabulous thanks to everybody that's come through that. Our staff, volunteers and partners, and also those that have come through our CUSA practitioner programmes. So always going to plan, we had a plan. And then obviously, like everybody else, COVID came along, and actually things changed overnight for us, as everybody's experienced. We had to cancel our training overnight. We had redeployment within the teams. We've had changing pathways throughout the organisation, rapid change, pace of change that we've never seen or experienced before. So from an improvement perspective, this is quite an innovative space and exciting space to be in. So we also, as an organisation, we're just about to launch our new vision and strategic objectives, and we are now part of a new Directorate of Improvement and Integration, and we have the Improvement Academy in there as well as the Project Management Office. No problems at all. I'll keep it brief because I'm conscious that we've got a shuffling effect going off. So if you were looking at my screen, and hopefully you'll all get a copy of these presentation slides, you will see that we started our journey obviously with COVID and all of the other issues that we came across. We needed to find a virtual solution to our improvement approaches because we've had lots of activities, and it amplified the need to support our staff throughout the organisation to be able to deliver improvements. And we were fortunate enough to work with the CUSA NHS mixed methods team, and we were part of the co-design of what's called the virtual CUSA offer. This is an interim solution programme. It consists of 8 interactive modules. They are 1-hour training webinars, and they're supported by in the classroom sessions. That means that you start bringing in blended learning and getting people to be in that learning space. They're supported by CUSA cafes, where people can continue outside of that learning module to start learning and applying the tools and techniques of improvement to their areas, and also what's called a virtual action learning set space, so we can start providing some coaching. We have to really put around some key management issues and facilitation. It is a really different way of learning in that space. So you'll have copies of these slides, but a fabulous thanks to the for the national team as being part of that. Now, we embraced it and we took it through into being a pilot with our SAS doctors, and that's staff grade associate specialist and speciality doctors, and we ran a quick style pilot over 5 weeks from the 9th of July to the 6th of August, doing 2 of those modules of an evening. So we did it in time on a Thursday, and then 1 cafe a week on a Tuesday. So they were literally coming out of clinical areas and going straight into the CUSA virtual to improvement pieces of work. It was absolutely a fabulous experience and we learned an amazing amount. The key thing is when you start going into a learning space for virtual learning, actually there's a need to stop apologising for being virtual. You will get technical issues, like today we've got technical issues. They do come, and it all relies on you really putting in a huge amount of planning, making sure that you are prepared as facilitators, that you've got all of your key materials. You can't just lift and shift any other normal learning materials into a virtual space. It needs a complete redesign and rethink, and actually check the pace of your learning with your candidates. So each of the SAS doctors were absolutely giving us the time, and that went back into the national team as part of the piloting of this process. It was really successful. Now we are rolling that out, and we have 2 virtual cohorts at the moment. One started last week, one starting today and actually is on at the moment. And the one that started last week is a generic cohort for individuals bringing all improvement ideas through. And today's is a themed cohort on what matters to you, and that's being opened by Tommy Whitelaw, a national campaigner, and actually looking at the flip conversation of, rather than talking about what's the matter with you, it's about what actually matters to you. And it's going to be a collective group of 12 wards with their different teams, all pulling together a storyboard so as they can start working with patients and all of their areas to start gathering all those important issues that really matter to our patients. And also we're putting on masterclasses about patient panels, human factors, and anything else that they want to have. So we've really been developing all of our modules around project management, and that's all been linked. So now we've taken the learning from that virtual learning space into our delivery of training modules for project and programme management. And we've worked with NHS Futures and got an awful lot of support from them around all the different tools and techniques that we can use. And also it's about accessing other areas where you can get different training. So what's next for us? And I know I've galloped through, it's very difficult with you not being able to see this. The next phase for us is really, we've recognised that actually, do you know what? We've lost the face-to-face contact through our delivery of quality improvement, which we thought was absolutely undoable. We did not think that we would be able to help people through their improvement journey and teach them the tools and techniques and let them have a practice without having face-to-face. But we found that space has opened up a completely new world for us. It's actually brought people together from all over the world, not just different parts of the country, into a really tight space. We've worked recently with our Lincolnshire Learning Network, and we've been linked in every week to Seattle, to Virginia Mason, looking at their tools and techniques on how they can be applied. And great learning to say, you know, improvement takes a long time, but this is an amazing journey that we're all on. So we've also linked in with NHS Horizon. For those of you, I've got all the contact details. There's the MOOC school, which is brilliant to help you design virtual space areas and how to deliver, and also Horizons for Change. So we've been gathering all of our stories, and you'll see some examples stories, some of the absolutely fabulous things that people have been across the time that we've had COVID, and we've been sharing that with the Fab Academy. We've been absolutely overwhelmed by some of the innovations that people have shared with us. So our key learning is to make sure that you absolutely understand your virtual, your space. Don't be frightened to go. We've learned a tremendous amount. We are now piloting process mapping sessions and all sorts of mapping sessions. So something from what we thought we couldn't do, we are turning it now, and actually it's starting to become quite endless what you can do with that. So I've got all of the contacts. If you'd like any more information from us, from an Improvement Academy, please just ask. I apologise for the technical errors this morning, but I'm not for delivering in a virtual space, because in together. So thank you, host, and apologies for overrunning.